missing this class. If you are new to this class, then it is for all levels. I'll give modifications as I can, but you know your body best, so I had to leave it up to you to decide which modifications you take, if you choose to sit out any stretches, or if you feel like you can push yourself even more. We're going to begin with a warm-up first. So standing on your mat, feet hip width apart, standing nice and tall. We're going to begin by bending the knees, circling the shoulders up and back 4 times. We'll do the same but bringing the shoulders forwards 4 times, and then we'll have a bend and 2 circles with one arm and 2 circles with the other. Off we go. Circle 1 and 2. Bring the shoulders right up to the ears, bend the knees, and 4. And we reverse, bring the shoulders up and over 1 and 2, 3, and 4. Let's start with the right arm. Bend and circle 1, twist round, and 2. And the other arm, bend, circle 1, and 2. Open the arms, bend the knees, and we're now going to twist with the arms swinging from side to side. 10 times. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch the legs out a bit wider, and we're going to go into our opposition lunges. So we're going to bring the opposite hand down towards the opposite foot. We're going to start off low. We're going to start off quite high up, so maybe around the knee area, and we're gradually going to get lower and lower with 8 of them. Off we go. 1, 2, get lower, 3, 4, lunge, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring the feet a bit closer again, keep the knees bent. Stretch them. We're going to bend and curve to the side. Bring the arms forwards, drop the chin, and open. Let's go the other way. Bend the knees, curve to the side. Bring the arms forward, tuck in the chin, and stretch. Same going to the back. Bend to the side. Lift the chin, and stretch. And to the side. Lift the chin, and stretch. We're going to do a demi-point here, so lifting up the heel. Bend both knees, and lower. Lift up the other heel. Bend both knees. Good. Push back into a calf stretch here. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap over. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Getting down onto the floor. Sitting with the legs crossed, we're just going to do one more stretch to wake up the spine and the neck. Hands on your knees, or take them out to the side. Let's bring your left arm up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Big side stretch to the right. Curve forwards. And sit back up straight. And let's go the other way. Breathe in. Breathe out. Curve forwards. Once more each side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep the sit bones on the floor, don't let them lift. Curve forwards. And one more to the side, breathing in. Breathe out. And curve forwards. Holding onto your knees, lift the chin. Exhale. And inhale. You're going to rock all the way back while still holding onto knees, stretching the upper back. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. One more of each. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Great. From here, you're going to roll down to your back, and we're going to hug the knees. Today we're going to do a stretch focusing on our extensions in ballet. Don't worry if you don't do ballet, this just means we're going to be stretching the hamstrings, the hips, the back, calves, quads, anything that's going to allow you to lift the legs to the front, to the side and to the back. We'll be stretching the hip flexors as well. Release one leg and pull the other a bit closer into your chest. This is just to stretch and warm up the hips. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open that knee to the side and bring it back in. Into your chest. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Open. Circle. Bring it in. We're now going to bring this knee across the body and stretch the arm in the opposite direction. Holding for 8, 7, 6. This is a nice twist through the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rolling onto your front, letting this knee slide to the side. Palms flat on the floor. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, and push up gently. We're not going to a full extension here. We're just lifting the rib cage off the floor, keeping the neck long, and lower down. Reverse this movement, so roll back onto your back, and we'll swap over with the knees. So everything down the other knee, into your chest. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the knee. Circle it round. And pulling in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle it round. Bring it across the body and stretch in the opposite direction. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll onto your front. Remember, we're just going to lift the rib cage off the floor, keep the neck long, no tension, and roll back onto our back. Good. From here, we're going to bend both knees and extend one leg up to the sky. Now this might be enough of a stretch for you, and that's fine. I'm just going to flex the foot and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Swapping over. Extend to the sky. Doesn't matter how high it is. Just want to keep this knee straight and the hips level. Flex, point, flex, point, flex, and point. Good. Lift both legs up to the sky now, and hold on to the backs of the legs. You can add the flex point here again if you like. Bringing one leg on top of the other, with the knee going out to the sides. You're going to put one hand through the gap of the legs and one hand around the outside, holding onto the back of your knee. If you can't reach without your head coming off the floor, don't worry, you can just push this knee out to the side and maybe hold onto the outside of your thigh. You can wrap the fingers round. You're going to bend this knee and pull them into your chest. This is a glute stretch. Holding here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and both legs go up. Now the other leg comes on top. Find where's comfortable for you. And pull into your chest. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, one leg goes down and the other leg stretches. So if you can't quite reach the leg, again without the head coming off the floor, just adopt a much lower position, keeping that knee straight. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7. This is all for the hamstrings and for the hips as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the other leg. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Now we're going to start stretching the spine, and this is going to get the upper back, but you'll also feel it at the lower back, so kind of where your hips are, where your pelvis is. Make sure you've got plenty of space behind you. And you're going to lift your hips up into the air. You can hold onto them with your hands if you like. Then bending your knees, you can stay here if that's enough. You might already feel a stretch going between the shoulder blades. If that's not enough of a stretch, you can extend one leg and you're going to feel this going right along here. Bring it back in. And the other leg. Bring it back in. And switch. Keep holding onto those hips. You want to stay steady. And if you do feel like it's loosening up a bit, you can try both legs. If that's not enough, you can push all the way back here. And we're now going to roll back down onto the floor. Good. Whilst we're on our back, we're just going to do a few stretches to open up the hips now. This is going to help us with our extensions to the side and things like our box splits. So we're going to start with a happy baby. Happy baby is holding onto your heels, letting the knees open out to the side. If you can't manage this, you can just focus on one leg at a time. And if you can't reach your heel, you can hold onto your thigh. So wherever's comfortable for you. And we're going to open out those knees and hold. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to open out the legs. So again, you can choose if you want to do one leg at a time. Go easy here, you shouldn't be forcing this. Or if you want to do both legs. And again, your choice where you hold. Holding here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring the legs back in. Good. We're now going to roll onto our front and continuing that theme for the hips. We're going to do a frog stretch. Now this is an active stretch, meaning that we can't just sit here. We actively have to push the heels down to the floor without letting the hips lift off in order to get a good stretch. You can put your forehead on your hands and bring your heels together. Don't worry if they're further up than where my legs are. Just make sure those knees open to the side, the heels are together, and your hips are on the floor. We're going to push the heels down for 8, and then rest for 4 before repeating again. Off we go. Push the heels down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And again for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're now going to open out the lower legs, so the feet are now going to be directly below the knees. You can slide the knees up a bit more if you like. We're going to prop ourselves up into our forearms and hold here. for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Give the hips a rest. We're now going to move on to our back. So hands either side of you. We're going to do our seal stretch or a cobra stretch, lifting the ribcage off the floor. You can keep the legs slightly wide apart, just to go a bit easier on the spine, and if you want more of a challenge, you can bring the feet together. Off we go, breathing in, exhale, push up. Ribcage off the floor, neck nice and long, and lower down. We'll do 2 more of these. Breathing in, breathing out, pushing up, and lower down. And again, breathing in, breathing out, pushing up, lower down. Bring your hands closer to your body, and we're going to push all the way up. Nose trying to reach up to the ceiling. Holding here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Now you can either repeat that 2 more times, or you can push up holding onto your foot. Your palm is going to face down. You're going to find your toes, hold onto them, and use your hand to push up. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. And pull this foot in towards you for a quad stretch. Good. And swapping over. Palm faces down. Find your toes. You can just be doing a standard seal stretch here if you prefer. And push up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Pushing up onto all fours, we're going to do an upper back twist. Threading one arm through, letting the shoulder drop down to the floor, and stay here. Swapping over. And relax. Good. Pushing back onto your heels, reach the hands forwards in child's pose. And walk the hands over to one side. And to the other side. Good. Now pushing up into downward dog. Tucking the toes underneath. Keeping your weight on your hands, so your weight is evenly distributed between the hands and the feet. And we're going to try and press those heels down into the floor. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come off. And push back up. Keeping the neck long for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet into the middle, and we're going to pedal the legs for a calf stretch. And swap over. And swap. And swap. Come off the knees, give the wrists a shake, and we're going to go back into down dog once more, and this time we're going to lift the leg up behind in a poncho stretch. Back we go, pushing all the way up, walk one foot into the middle, and lift the other up to the sky, or as far as it's comfortable. Bend your knee and let that hip really open. It's rare in ballet we open up the hips, so take full advantage here. Drop that hip down to the floor, bring the knee in, and open it back out again. Bring the knee in, and shoot it back up behind you. And lower down. We'll do the same with the other leg, so all the way up. Bend your knee, open up the hip. Bring the knee in parallel. And open it out. Back to parallel. And shoot the leg out behind you. And lower back down. Hit. Come off the knees. We're going to go into a lunge sequence, my favourite. So if you want to be holding on to a wall or a piece of furniture here to stabilise yourself, go for it. We're going to have one foot in front of the other. Extend the leg ever so slightly, and then move the hips forwards until your knee is directly over your foot. Hands either side of your foot, and we're going to hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck the toes underneath, stretch the back knee. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee down, kneeling back up, tuck the pelvis under and push forwards. You're going to feel a much deeper hip flexor stretch here. So stretching the hip flexors is going to really help when you bring the leg behind you in arabesque. And relax. Now extend that leg, optional flex. The flex is going to give you a deeper stretch. Lengthen through the spine and reach the fingers down to the floor. If you can, get the palms all the way down. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, pushing up into a parallel four. We're going to hold here. You can either stay in parallel, or if you are a dancer, particularly a ballet dancer, you can try turning out the legs, and you're going to feel an even deeper stretch, especially in the front leg. Now pivot round into parallel second, hold onto your elbows and drop. Bend your knees and stretch. And again, bend and stretch. Hands down, open up the feet and holding onto your knees, pressing them away from each other, so pushing back into those knees. You should feel a stretch in the hips here. And you probably guessed it, this is going to help with things like box splits and extensions to the side. Hands back down, feet into parallel, pivoting round. Let's start in parallel fourth before we do our turned out stretch. Holding here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and option to turn out. Good, back to parallel, and we repeat our whole lunge sequence on the other side. So nice tall back, extending the legs slightly, Bend, push forwards until you've got that alignment, hands on the floor. You should feel a nice stretch by the hip. Tuck the toes underneath and push up. Knee back down, sitting up, tuck the pelvis under, and you may not need to push forwards, you may already feel a stretch. If not, just keep leaning forwards until you do. And relax, and now for our runner's stretch, extending the leg, optional flex, keep the spine long, reaching the fingers down to the floor. Good. Relax. Now you can choose. You can either do a stag stretch next, and it's your choice how close you bring this foot towards you. The goal is to keep the back leg straight and the hips facing front, so no twisting here. So we're really nice and square. Or if you're working towards your front splits, you can try to lower yourself into them. You might need to hold yourself up, or if you are completely flat and the hips are square and your back knee is stretched, then you can go for a balance. Good, holding for a little longer. Excellent. And gently come out of them. And we'll repeat on the other side. So if you're going into your stag stretch, you've got the front knee bent. The more you open out this front leg, the more you'll feel it in the hips. Keep an arm on this back leg too. Or you can go into your front splits. Great, and relax. We're going to finish off with our box splits and our extensions to the side. Well, let's begin. You can choose, either you can go for a butterfly stretch, which involves holding onto the feet, knees out to the side, back nice and long. And if this is enough for a challenge for you to stay seated without rolling backwards, then fine, just hold it. Otherwise, as you exhale, try and bring the body forwards. If you want a deeper stretch on the hips, you can go for a sandwich stretch, crossing one leg on top of the other. And again, you can modify, so if you just want to cross the ankles, that's fine. So find the stretch that's suitable for you. Breathe in, breathe out, and let's fold forwards. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walking back up. Gently uncross. Or you can just repeat your butterfly stretch again. Breathe in. Once more. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And sitting up tall. Open out the legs now for our box splits. Do not force this. Find a comfortable position. If sitting up tall, maybe holding onto a mat or holding onto a piece of furniture, if that's enough of a challenge, then fantastic. Just focus on holding it. Otherwise, walk your hands forwards, and you can either try and get the fingers on the floor, the palms on the floor or the elbows on the floor without the ankles rolling inwards. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit back up, a little side stretch. If you can, without falling over, curve forwards. And the other way. And once more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Walk back up and gently bring those legs together. I have just one more stretch. It is slightly more advanced, so if you've had enough of a stretch for today, you can leave it out. It sort of has dancers in mind, especially dancers who do a lot of demi-point work or even point work. I'm going to stretch out on the outside of the tibia here. So again, you can choose how you get into this position. You might want to bend one knee before you do this. Always make sure the spine is long. And you're going to try and reach towards either your big toe or all 5 toes. And we're going to pull the foot into a sickle. And you'll feel a stretch on the outside of the ankle and then possibly going up the side of the leg too. Probably one of the only times we're allowed to sickle. But it is actually a really good stretch. It is deep, especially if you've been doing a lot of demi-point or point work. And then relax. And let's try the other leg. You don't have to bend this knee in. You could do it with 2 straight legs if you are particularly flexible. But go gently here, really gently on the foot. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Good. We're going to stand up. So tuck the legs underneath. Tuck under the toes. Rock back. Tucking your chin. And keeping those knees bent and the chin tucked in, we're going to slowly, slowly roll up through the spine until you're standing. Well, thanks for joining today. That concludes our stretch. I hope you're feeling refreshed and ready to start your day. As always, if you're my ballet coach member and there's anything that you're working on in particular that you'd like me to include in this class, do let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you same time next week. Bye.